he lured in, what are they, gay or straight?
Gay.
What makes you think that they would be a hate crime?
Because he targeted a specific audience of people.
I feel like that was like the easiest way to get them to like at least come to his house. Unless he like
You're right, yeah.
Unless he I like looking deep into this type of stuff, like being like not a therapist, but like
psychologically. Like,
there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, unless he had like, well, he wouldn't eat a girl because that like I don't want to eat a girl. And either way that you look at that, boobs, keep those away from me.
I'll keep them over here.
I'm like the only gay person that doesn't like boobs.
I don't like boobs. I'm not gay. That's just kidding. I love boobs.
But yeah, I maybe I feel like
I think boobs would taste good. Like if you're a Jeff Dahmer, you wouldn't think they taste good? Cook them up.
their skin.
They're fat.
Did this guy ever think about just buying a male cow? Or just steak? When you said like boobs are fat, I was just thinking of like a steak, and I'm just like,
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he enjoyed a steak everyone. It was the whole like he liked to kill things. He liked to kill things. He would experiment on people. He would like crack open like their brains and like while they were still alive and like drill into their heads. He was a sicko.
what was that? The cannibal.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Anthony. Is it Anthony? Something Anthony or Anthony something.
Cannibal.
The movie Cannibal.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
That guy.
And that's Hannibal.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's it. Okay.
Silence of the Lambs.
Now, I believe it wasn't Hannibal though, where he cracked open like a detective's skull and was feeding him his brain. I'm not sure. I've only seen the movie once. It's been forever since I've seen it. I believe it was a detective or something. But he had this guy. He had this guy tied to his kitchen table chair, and had a part of his brain open. That skull. Yeah. He was taking bits of his brain out, frying them in a pan, and feeding it to him.
Yep. I know.
Nope.
I know. It's horrific.
If you need someone to talk to, we're here for you.
I would love to hear about all the ways you would like to kill me.
Did you know? Okay, Susie from the Brain Candy podcast, she writes to people in jail.
I thought about doing that.
Now, how do you go about doing that?
Oh, there's a whole. Oh my gosh, it's a whole thing. Here, let me find it. There's a website you can get signed up. Write to prisoners online.
Because she has like a degree in something about. She's a doctor in religious studies, I believe.
Oh, like theology.
I believe, or something. I don't know.
So
exactly.
Yeah, you can. It's called Write a Prisoner, and yeah, you can absolutely.
I believe she writes to these people to get information as to why they do what they do. I believe. Yeah. I think in one episode she was writing to someone, and he said if he ever got out again, he probably would kill people again.
Ew.
I think that was her. Man, I'm having a lot of things in this episode.
So like I really considered it. I was just like, these are still people, like like a lot of these people are in jail for like not like violent crimes, but like
send me the link to that. Write a killer?
It's called I think like Write a Prisoner. writeaprisoner.com. But
pen
like
pals for inmates. Yeah. Oh my god.
So like, a lot of the people are in there for like embezzlement or like tax issues, but like there's also like rapists and like child murderers and I think I would have a really hard time like separating the crime from the person and I don't know. It's like, do they want to talk about that? Do I want to hear them talk about that?
Yeah, I feel like I'd be shitting my pants if I like had the courage to send a note to one of them.
Yeah, and so like I eventually I was just like, no, I'm not gonna get into that, because also I would be worried that like, because like a lot of these people, they don't like have family, friends that come see them, and so like their pen pals are like their link to like the outside world, and I don't want to have like
that connection. Oh shit!
I don't want them to like I don't want to go like meet them, you know.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to like lead anyone on and say that, you know, like, oh, I'd love to come meet you, and then like I never do, and it's like one of the most disappointing moments, you know, for them like in prison. You know, like I don't want to like
put yourself in that position.
Exactly, because I don't want to hurt their feelings, and then when they get out of prison, they come fucking kill me.
Right.
Like, you know.
And like they you know, like say if they do have other connections outside of prison or whatever, like they could find someone to come hunt you down.
Yeah. I just think that's a whole, like, it sounds super cool, sounds very interesting, but like I'm not ever gonna do that. No. At one time, I was just like, that sounds cool. That sounds awesome. I'm going to write to a prisoner.
I wonder if you get to choose, or if they, like...
You can choose, yeah.
You can?
It's like, it's almost like a dating profile. You go through, you got their pictures, you got, I think, it lists their crime. Yep.
Susie, get me on board with this.
Yeah. I mean... ugh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, I don't think I would ever want to reach out to like someone who did like a really terrible crime, because I don't know, because that's like the elephant in the room, you know. Like maybe they don't want to talk about it, or maybe they do, like, and that's all they want to talk about, and I just want to be like, what's your favorite color, you know? Like
I am so intrigued by this right now.
And also, as like a woman, I feel especially vulnerable because most of these guys are men.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have violent crimes, you know, where they targeted women, and I don't know. Ugh. But at the same time, like, they're people. Like, they're still people, and they, you know, it's nice to have a connection outside of fucking prison. Ugh. I don't know. We have spent this whole episode talking about cats and serial killers.
quite the
yeah. It's very eclectic and it's very cohesive. Is that what you're?
No, quite the few topics to mesh up.
Yeah. The perfect topics, in my opinion.
Real quick, I want to talk about this because I feel like we can just fly through this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you wrote this topic down, and I haven't asked any questions about it.
So, a couple months ago, I was at work, just got there. Supervisor had a bag of those little dump suckers. And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, this is it's not a dirty factory that I work in, but it's a dusty factory that I work in. Like, there's paper particles all over the place, dust from the paper particles kind of like all over the place, but it's still kind of like a clean factory. So I was thinking of it, suckers, when you put them in your mouth, your lips are like touching the stick. I'm just thinking like,
oh, okay.
Now the factories that make them, what are they like? Are they clean?
Where has that stick been?
The people handling them. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm kind of a germaphobe, but I'm kind of not.
I'm not at all. I'll put anything in my mouth.
So, especially with working in the factory I work in, with all those paper particles and all that, plus the factory it came from, and all the people grabbing in this bag, I'm just thinking like...
So how dirty is that stick?
Now,
I get it.
Could suckers be a passageway into getting sick?
Sure. Yeah.
And like passing on diseases or anything? Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because I feel like someone would have at least caught on to it or something.
I mean, there's germs. You know, like you touch your face, you put your hand in a candy bowl. That's how germs are spread.
Right.
If you're smart, you'll keep some hand sanitizer next to the candy.
No.
But I feel like suckers especially, yeah, because like it's all, like only the part, like the candy part is wrapped, but you still, like, when I was little I used to eat the fucking sticks.
What?
I should have gotten really sick probably for many reasons.
Yeah,
you got the stick and you're like peeling the paper with your teeth, and
I used to do that but I never used to eat it.
I fucking ate it.
Oh my gosh, it makes me wonder, like, where all has that stick been? Like, we worry about people's fingers and all that, but where has that stick to that sucker been?
You know what? I never really thought about it until now.
And I'm probably not going to eat another sucker for as long as I live.
Oh, I definitely will.
And you'll think about this episode.
Will. Probably not. Like, yeah, I'm getting me you call it a sucker. I call it a lollipop.
Every time? No matter what type of sucker it is?
They're all lollipops.
No, I remember I got my first lollipop when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. It was literally a lollipop. It was flat and round.
You picture like the pinwheel, like the different colors. That's a lollipop to you?
Yeah.
Like, that's also a lollipop to me, but so is like a blow pop and a Tootsie Pop, a Dum Dum. They're all lollipops.
Oh my god. But it took me forever to go through this lollipop.
Oh, yeah.
I was licking and licking and licking. Days passed in everything. It ended up.
Did you ever get frustrated and just crunch it?
Kind of. I think I tried. But this was so long ago. My memory is like horrible.
Ew, I remember those lollipops that are like on the long stick, and they're like twisted. I remember probably.
I think I remember those.
That was probably like my first like sexual experience. Just being a hoe with that lollipop.
Oh, Erin. Oh my god. Okay, so I've been looking at Jeep Grand Cherokees. Mm-hmm. And I wrote a status about it. I was like, once I get my Jeep Grand Cherokee, specifically a Summit, which I believe were only released in 2014. But let me tell you, these Summits that I've been looking at are sexy as fuck. And I wrote a status saying, once I get my second job, which I've applied to A&G, waiting to hear back from them. I'm going to call them tomorrow again. I called them a couple days ago, and they were like, we haven't looked at the application yet. But once I get my second job and get my Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit, I wrote, it's over for you hoes.
Oh, and I think I made a comment. Do you remember what it was?
Can I still be a hoe, though?
Once you have your nice car, can I still be a hoe? I don't see how one is going to affect the other.
Well, as always, you can email us at TEPodcast118. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr at TEPodcast118. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I_am_remix.
And follow me on Twitter at Mimi_Bertolini, Instagram at Yannick_youth, and Snapchat is Erin_Bertolini.
We didn't even get to talk about...
What is that? Oh, darn. We'll save it for next time.
Okay.
We got lots of good topics for next time.
Okay.
This always happens. We make a list and we get through all but like one. This time we only got through 3 topics. It's always next time.
Now, I was going to joke around with this thing that I'm going to end the episode off with. Mm-hmm. But now I don't think of it as much of a joke anymore because I feel some movement.
Oh, you got some rustlings.
I'm about to go make my bladder gladder.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
I heard it somewhere.
Make your bladder gladder. Ew,
by going to the bathroom and making it happier.
Ew. God, can we just wrap it up?
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.